What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again to talk about my Alabama Crimson Tide and the playoff. Does Alabama have a path to the playoff? I think so, but we will need help. We will need some teams to lose. Okay, so when it comes to this playoff committee, you never know what they're looking for. But I do know Alabama is stagnant right now at number 8. Okay, nobody is losing. So, but we are playing some of our best ball right now. If they going by the eye test, we should be ranked ahead of Texas right now, even though they beat us in the head-to-head matchup. If you look at the two teams right now, in my opinion, Alabama is playing better football than the Texas Longhorns. The past 2 weeks, Texas has struggled. The past 2 games, they only won by 3 points. Kansas State, which is ranked, I think, number 23, and TCU, unranked. Only beat them by 3 points. So that's just me. While my Alabama Crimson Tide is beating every team by double digits. That's just me. And Alabama, matter of fact, they done beat every team by double digits since Arkansas. So we done won 3 games by the past 3 games by double digits. And 2 of those teams was ranked. And one of those teams had the number 1 scoring offense in the nation in LSU. So Alabama is playing better ball than Texas is right now. But anyway, if you look at the strength of schedule, are they going by that? Are they going by that? How much emphasis are they putting on strength of schedule? You got the top 2 teams with the easiest strength of schedule out of the top 10 and below. I'll say that because you got UGA, the number 1 team in the nation, with the 100th ranked strength of schedule. That's just terrible. You should be undefeated. Then you got number 2, Michigan. Their strength of schedule is ranked 112. You should be undefeated. Ohio State at number 3, our respectable 15th ranked strength of schedule. Number 4, Florida State. Their strength of schedule is 49th. Number 5, Washington, strength of schedule is 75. 6, Oregon, strength of schedule is 65. 7, Texas, strength of schedule is 9th. And they only got 1 loss. They should be ahead of some of these teams that's undefeated because they got the hardest strength of schedule and they navigate that schedule pretty damn good with 1 loss. And then my Alabama Crimson Tide, who sits stagnant at number 8, they got the 8th ranked strength of schedule. So we should be ahead of some of these teams that's undefeated, playing their easy cupcake schedule. And that is a fact. So don't seem like to me they putting too much emphasis on strength of schedule. How much emphasis will they put on this head-to-head matchup with Texas? All right. Like I said, I feel like Alabama playing better ball than Texas is right now. So Alabama, let's talk about Alabama in the play. Well, let's talk about, say Alabama beat Georgia in the SEC championship. I think Georgia is done for. You can't make a case to put them in the playoff if they lose the SEC championship, even though they went through the regular season undefeated. Because guess what? You'll have an undefeated Michigan or Ohio State. One of those will be undefeated. Then maybe you'll have an undefeated Florida State and an undefeated Washington. So I'm going to say Ohio State. Just say Ohio State. Pac-12, not Pac-12. Ohio State, Big Ten champion. Undefeated Big Ten champion. Then you got Florida State, undefeated ACC champion, and Washington, undefeated Pac-12 champion. And if Alabama beat Georgia, a 1-loss SEC champion. And then say Texas win the daggone Big 12 championship. Georgia's done for. All right. That is 3. Let me see. Ohio State, Florida State, Washington. That is 3 conference champions. And then you got 2 1-loss champions in Alabama and Texas. Which one would they put in? Alabama, who beat the back-to-back national championship, coming off at that time probably a 29-game win streak, a 29-30 game win streak. Okay, would they put them in, or would they put Texas in because they won the head-to-head matchup over Alabama? That's the only scenario that I can think of. The only scenario, unless Florida State lose, all right, and then Washington lose one, Texas lose one, another one. Now if Texas lose another one, we're going to move ahead of them either way. Well, out of these two games. Matter of fact, if they lose another one, we'll move ahead of them. All right. If Florida State lose one, I think they'll be done for. So, anyway, but the only way this can happen is if Alabama they're going to beat Chattanooga. They got to beat Auburn, and they got to beat Georgia in the SEC championship. That's the only way this will happen. If that don't happen, then forget about it. Alabama will not be going to the playoff if they lose to Auburn or if they lose to Georgia. But I feel real confident that I think they're just going to go and handle business with Auburn. I don't give a Jordan Hare. I don't care where it's at. I think they're going to beat Auburn handily. I know it's the Iron Bowl. I know it's a big rival. And I know Auburn, they get up to play Alabama. But for this game, they don't have the horses to compete with Alabama. They just don't. Then we got to play Georgia. I feel confident that Alabama can go to Atlanta and beat Georgia in the SEC championship. I am very confident in that. Okay, so you say what you want to say, whatever. I'm confident, but will it happen? That remains to be seen. Okay, but I'm just putting the things out there that us Alabama fans need to be asking and questioning ourselves. Is it a path, or is it just hopes and wishes for us? I mean, it is what it is, man. If we'd have beat Texas, we wouldn't be asking these questions, and we wouldn't be in this predicament. Just something to think about before we head into that SEC championship. But we got to focus one game at a time. Prepare for one game at a time. And this week we've been preparing for Chattanooga. And next week we'll prepare for those Auburn Tigers. And then the next week, it's on and popping, baby. And guess what? That SEC championship is a do or die for both teams. I don't care that Georgia undefeated. I don't care that they the back-to-back champions. If they lose that game and none of these other teams lose, they are done. They are done. If Georgia lose against Alabama, you're going to have either Texas, and just say Georgia lose against Alabama, Texas lose another one. You're going to have Alabama in there. You're going to have Ohio State in there. If Florida State don't lose, you'll have us in there. There will be no case for Georgia if that happened and they lost to daggone Alabama. Because I think, then you got to have a Pac-12 champion up in there. A Pac-12, you will have Washington in there. I'll just say Washington because I don't think Washington is going to lose another one unless they lose the Pac-12 championship. So, but it's just a video I thought I'd do. And, I know other people been doing videos about Alabama's case to make the playoff. But I'm being real with you, man. We need some help. A lot of people might say, well, if y'all just win out and beat Georgia, y'all are going to be in. I don't know about that. Because if these teams remain undefeated, Ohio State, Florida State, and Washington, if they remain undefeated, that's 3 spots already. And Texas don't lose another one, I don't know if we'll get in there. But if Texas lose another one, we'll be in. And we, in my Alabama Crimson Tide, will have ruined all of those Bulldog fans' hopes and dreams of three-peating. So, hey, it is what it is, baby. And guess what? I believe my Alabama Crimson Tide will be victorious December the 2nd and will be crowned SEC champions. Roll down Tide.